So if your experience walking up to your Whirlpool Sport Duet washer is something like this, then I might have a couple tips for you. It seems like there's an endless number of videos on YouTube dealing with smelly washers, and I watched many of them, but I have a couple things to add since I didn't see them mentioned elsewhere. The most common problem appears to be the lint trap, and that was my issue, but for me anyway, there was a little surprise. To get to the lint trap on the Whirlpool Sport Duet, you have to lift it up, or at least I did, and then you have to remove these 3 screws underneath, and then this front panel will drop down. And this is really just sort of my first tip, is that that's just way too much work to be able to access something that you're supposed to maintain regularly. So we'll get back to that later. So note as you unscrew that lint trap, water is going to drain out. So it's good to have some rags and some kind of container to hold the water. It's especially true then if you let the washer down, if you've been tipping it back, because more water will drain out then. So indeed the lint trap was a mess and it stank. But I washed it and then more black gunk came out, and then I washed it again, and then I kept doing it, and I was wondering, where's all this stuff coming from? So it finally occurred to me that there are 2 parts here. So then I just took a screwdriver and pried them apart, and that's when I saw this other gunk. So this just makes no sense to me. I mean, you're making something that's supposed to trap a little bit of lint and be easy to clean, and then you create a little compartment for more stuff to hide away in. So anyway, fortunately, this is easy to take apart, and it's relatively easy to clean. I took a garden hose and sprayed it, and then of course soaked it in water and bleach. So getting back to my first complaint about that panel being difficult to remove, my thought was to just hold it in place without fasteners, with sort of a block of wood underneath. So to accommodate this, I needed to unscrew the feet in all 4 corners to lift up the washer by about maybe 2 inches, just to leave room for that block of wood. The top of the panel has these nice alignment pins, so it should be pretty secure. So I just need something that fits well to hold it up. So I found a piece of wood that fits snugly. Unfortunately, it's steel under there, so it flexes a bit, and the whole panel is held in very sturdily, and it's very easy to then remove that block of wood and then remove the panel. And of course that just means that it's going to be more likely that I'm going to maintain that lint trap and clean it out. So I'm happy to say that our washer is working well and it's smelling like this. So now I'm on to the next thing.